So, welcome. I am Linda Butler, the host of the Boldly Her Summit, and I am here to help encourage you to design your most authentic second half of your life your way, really stepping into your full potential and leading in as CEO of your own life. And part of that journey is health, our own health and well-being. And so I am so excited today that I have this opportunity to talk with our speaker, who is Christine Ross. And she is based out of Hawaii, which is where I wish I was right now. But she's a dedicated health and wellness coach. She's very passionate about empowering women and individuals on a journey to more a holistic well-being, which we'll talk about. She's had her own personal health experiences that help root her in the work that she does. She's also a published author, and is really just all about being an advocate for sustainable and joyful wellness. So excited to have you here, Christine. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Linda. I definitely appreciate the opportunity. So thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. And I think as we reflect and as we get to kind of this midpoint, midlife, our bodies are changing sometimes in ways that we may not have expected or appreciate, right? As we get older, particularly as women. So is there anything that we should understand, I guess, as we get to this phase of our life that you think would be helpful for us on our health journey?
Just realizing there's so many different definitions of what healthy means and wellness that it's really comes down to it's so individualized. There's no diet that's going to work the same for everyone and no exercise that works the same for everyone, that's made for everybody. We're all just so unique. And healthcare, health and wellness, your plan to be able to stay healthy for life. Because I mean, that's the end goal, right? We want to be able to live a long life, but be able to be healthy, be able to get out there and enjoy it, be able to go out to the beach, feel our feet in the sand, jump into the waves, hike the mountains, whatever it is, to be able to have a healthy life.
Yes, I so agree in it, and that's one thing I think about now. Now that I am getting, to middle age, is some of us may live a long time. It's within the realm of possibility even that we could live to our 90s or to 100. And so this concept of longevity, and you don't want to just live a long time but not feel good, right? Like, it's about being healthy. What are things that you do to help us look at it? Or maybe I should back up and say, what does holistic mean to you? How would you describe holistic health?
Holistic health really combines with lifestyle medicine, and that would be using our natural resources to sustain health and wellness. So I've done a lot of research, and I mean, I can't think of his name. It starts with Dan, that did a lot of the blue zones research.
Mm-hmm.
But studying the contributors to what makes these places like in the middle of nowhere, how they have such a long health span, that they're 100 years old and plus, and they're still going out and they're gardening every day. They're living life. They're getting up and down out of their chairs off the floor with ease. So it's looking at what those people have done. So as far as for myself and to be able to assist others, I've came up with the beams philosophy. Do you want to hear a little bit about that?
Oh, please. Yes.
Okay. So with my health and coaching being radiate health and wellness. So in order to radiate from the inside out, radiate health and wellness, I came up with beams, right? Your health beams. So, and it's really incorporating the main things, the main fundamentals, foundation for a healthy life. So I love things, wordplay. So with beam, so B is for balanced nutrition, just the importance of having balance. I don't want to say the word diet. I hate the word diet. Diet just sounds like fads and different things that have came up. The balanced diet gets to be something that you can live with for a lifetime. And nutrition, it's not about you can eat as many oranges as you want and just live off oranges, but no, you can't. You can't just live off oranges. There gets to be a balance there, and incorporating different foods, textures, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, doing your best to eat whole foods, getting off that processed fad food, sad diet, and into just a balanced diet where you're incorporating 30 different plant foods into your diet every week. So just kind of think of incorporating the colors into your diets, not so much by Fruit Loops, but by actual fruit colors and plant colors. So yeah, the B is for balanced nutrition. So, and then move on to E in beams. That's enjoyable exercise.
Mm.
Because I feel like, unless you really enjoy going to the gym, working hardcore, doing those reps of burpees and squats. It's like, yeah, more power to you. That's great. But for the most of us in civilization, that's kind of what stops us from exercising, right? But to be able to find the joy in the everyday movement, whether it's gardening, um, some people like to jump rope, jump in that pool and swim and feel the cool water, take a nice hike out in nature. For me, what works is going for a walk every day. I have a Ridgeback dog, and me and Bodie, we go for a walk every single day. So, and it's just having that enjoyment. That's the time that I have where I can really use mindfulness and meditate, think about my day. Ideas come to me that I get to go home and write about. That's where my best ideas come from. And it's like, oh, I get to write a blog about this. And then I'll make like little notes on my phone as I'm walking. But I really enjoy the walking. So as after E for enjoyable exercise goes into Aloha Friends.
Mm.
Aloha, I am in Hawaii, so I got to incorporate a little bit of Hawaii in there. But the word aloha goes far beyond the meaning of hello, goodbye, and I love you. Here in Hawaii, you'll hear words like aloha aina, which means taking care of the land, serving it, having gratitude. The word aloha it's energy. It's just one of those words that there's so many words that can describe it that it's hard to describe. But to have friends with aloha means to have friends that are there no matter what. So, and it doesn't necessarily need to be friends with 2 legs. It can be friends with 4. Say my Bodie, my buddy Bodie, he's the one that gets me to go for those walks every day. I'll be sitting there drinking my morning coffee and his chin is on me, just like, come on, mom, we're waiting. I want to go for my walk now.
I've got one of those too.
So yes, he is the best motivator. He never complains. He's fine with running. He's fine with walking. He's the best motivator. He's always there. He never wants to stop. He just wants to keep on going. And sometimes he literally pulls me. So, but Aloha Friends definitely does. I mean, a lot of people think of you have to have a friend, a person, and to have 2 or 3 close friends you can really rely on, to count on. They are the friends that aren't there just for the good days, but will stand by you through the tough times. Or the friends that can listen to all your secrets and your deepest thoughts and just be there for you, be supportive. But it's a two-way thing. You friends that you can also be there for them. So it's establishing a community. So with Aloha Friends, besides the 2 or 3 friends you can really count on no matter what, give up, pick up the phone, call them. They'll let everything down just to hear what you have to say to help you out. But also your tribe that's around you. I
Mm.
mean, just whether it's your family or a group of a dozen friends that you can hang out with. Just a small community is just so important. And looking into the blue zones, that was one of their key factors, whether it was the members of their church or creating a small group where they really supported each other, whether it was sickness, helping each other with finances, or just coming together in the evening and enjoying a simple glass of wine. So, yeah, so the Aloha Friends. So after that is M in our beams. And M is for mindful living and just the importance of being mindful in everything that you do, to be conscious of what you are creating in your life. Just really living, being present in the moment. And people ask me, what's the, like, out of all these 5 beams, which to start with? And I would say this one, because
Mm.
your mind is your control center. It's what shapes your thoughts into reality. It's if you're having a stressful moment, your mind, your self talk is what can just allow you to remind yourself to breathe, let it go, stop the worry. I mean, it's your mind is just so powerful. The stories that we make up in our mind, that's like complete nonsense, not happening. But to be able to say, just control your mind. And I just kind of see it as a surfer on a wave. I mean, I've gone surfing, not very good. In fact, like I was so distracted by all the turtles around me and trying to jump on my board, I accidentally get the waves. Okay. I'm the one in everyone's way. That's why I don't go. But to see these pictures, the videos, I'm sure we've all seen it where there's this big wall of this wave just going by and then the surfer just gently gliding through. And that's what we get to do with our minds, to be able to, even though we have big waves and the chaos of the world crashing down on us, we get to control the waters within us to be able to ride the wave of the chaos around us. We may not be able to control that outside wave, but we can definitely control the waters within us. And in my book, I have a whole thing on meditation and the knowledge of walking on water. And walking on water is when we can control, say, that water, those waves, that ocean within us, and still it.
Mm.
So
I love that. I've got this whole like it's like this Hawaii aloha vibe now. It's like I feel calmer, just from listening to you. And I love your analogy with water too, because it's very evocative, right? Like you can picture it in your mind when you talk about the water. So yeah, I love.
so the last one is sustainable environment.
Ah,
To be able to, I mean, it's like all these beams. Yes, there's 5 of them,
mm,
but all of them just work hand in hand with the other. And sustainable environment really does combine them all. That if you're going to want to eat the nourishing foods that you feel healthy eating. You get to go through let's start with your own home. Like, unless you're ready to move out of the big city and go to the country or go to Hawaii, which some crazy people have done. But starting with your own home, your own environment is the easiest place to start. So take those bad foods, the processed things out of your pantry, out of your kitchen, as well as how do you feel in your environment, in your home? Do you open the door as you come home from like a long day at work and you feel like it's really a place of serenity where you can just lay back and just go, like I've arrived for the day, I'm home? Or is it filled with clutter and chaos, just like the rest of the outside world? But to be able to control your environment, have it match how you feel, how you want to feel on the inside. So it's just as healthy and it supports what you want to be, how you want to feel. So, and also, if you have family and friends that are bringing in pizza and McDonald's and milkshakes and all this, delicious yet very unnutritious foods, it might be a little bit harder for you to really sustain that healthy lifestyle that you're craving. So maybe just talk to them, have that communication. Be like, hey, I really want you to be part of my tribe to support me in this. And it's going to assist you too. And then same with the cleaning, but don't be no Cinderella. You don't need to go around cleaning up after everybody else, right? So involve them, involve the family. Let's let this be a new health plan for everyone. So, yeah, so that's
Yeah,
the beans.
love it. Yeah, and it seems doable, doesn't it? I mean, it sounds simple. I'm sure it takes some practice to implement those things in your life, but it's not a crazy diet. It's not something where you're approaching it as a lack of something, right? It's a way of life, a lifestyle. So yeah, I like the way you approach that.
Thank you. Yes, definitely a way to say it's a health span. No fad diets. And fortunately, we all get to be our own guinea pigs and figure out what works for us. Just like going to a doctor and getting a prescription, not all of us thrive on the same prescription pill. It's unique. We're individual. Like, our health gets to be individualized and it's hard. People ask me, well, what should you eat? How should I exercise? So it's definitely gets to be individualized.
So along those lines, there is there's always room for improvement, right? So it's not that you reach a certain age and there's nothing else you can do, right? There's always something you could implement or shift or change in your methodology.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
never too late. Yeah, I've had that question, like working with somebody that's 70 years old and has diabetes. And they're like, but it's too late. There's nothing I can do now. Just take my pills and, that works. That keeps it under control. But the truth is after shifting the way you live, adding in, good nutrition, a balanced diet, some exercise, breathing. Man, just take time to breathe. 6 to 8 weeks, you can lower your cholesterol, your blood pressure, lower your glucose levels. Like, you can make great changes so fast. So no, it's never too late for anybody to start.
And are there, I know you mentioned mindset is where you would start first, but do you have a recommendation in terms of, let's say you're you're in an unhealthy place now, what would be the first few steps you would suggest someone take?
So yes, definitely be working on that mindset to work with a therapist or a coach. One of the reasons why I wrote my book is to give people that are not able to meet with a therapist or a coach or a dietitian, somebody to really help them one-on-one, for them to be able to work through all these things. I mean, everything from stress relieving to forgiveness to finding their true identity. There's so many of us that lose our identity through the years and it changes. So my book really encompasses all those things. Can I do a little? So this is my book. So it's Discover the Adventure of You, practical workbook to unlock your authentic self, empower your mind, nourish your body, and ignite your soul. So yeah, gotta give a little shout out to the book to go out there and look at that. And then one thing that I really do enjoy about the book is, I mean, it covers everything. But another reason why I wrote it is I've had clients that I know don't tell me the 100% truth. But things in their life don't seem to be working out, don't seem to be adding up until they finally come out with what they've been hiding. And then I can really assist them. So with the book, figure it's between you, yourself, that piece of paper and that pen and the words that you write on it. That's it. There's no reason to be lying to yourself when you're working in the pages with your triggers and your addictions. So it's a safe place to really be able to work on yourself.
Lovely. Yeah. And that goes right in with our theme of the summit, which is authenticity, right? It is reconnecting to yourself so that you can create that healthy lifestyle, that healthy second chapter of your life. So, but thank you so much. This has been really inspirational. And thank you for sharing your knowledge on this, and beams with the S. So thank you for being here and being part of the summit.
Yes, you're welcome. Just great opportunity and experience. And I just want to be able to help people, assist people with all of the people giving you you should do this, you should do that. I feel like nobody should get shit all over the place. So let's just work on what works for you.
Great. Perfect. Well, thank you again, Christine, for being here and sharing your knowledge on this topic. And all the links will be in the email below your video link. So you can contact Christine. You can go to her website, her social media. We'll have a link. You have got a free gift, I believe, that you're offering. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so making a mini workbook that's just on the beams philosophy. And it's kind of like a little mini version of my big book, but just focusing on the beams and the characteristics. And it will be in workbook style as well. So I'll give a little information about each beam and then ask questions. And there will be space to provide for people to really how they're going to apply it to their life. I like doing workbook styles because that, to me, the big difference between just having a self-help book and people read it and it's in their mind, they're going to change, they're going to do it, but then tomorrow shows up and the next week and the next year and nothing happens. So to me, with doing workbooks, people get to take their thought process and put it into the first step of creation, into a tangible form of writing it down just one more step farther to actually make changes happen.
Hmm. I love that. And they've shown, I think through science, that the actual act of writing, it's that hand and brain
Mhm.
connection. So that makes sense with
Yep.
the workbook. That helps you get there. So
Yep.
lovely. Well, thank you so much for offering that. That link will also be included in the email that you received today. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and make it a healthy day.
All right. Thank you. You have a wonderful day.